There's a real reason Arthur's sword Excalibur ended up with the Lady of the Lake, and it's not for the story value. In the stories of King Arthur, when he passes away after the Battle of Camelot, his sword is taken by loyal knight Bedivere and given back to the Lady of the Lake, thrown into the lake as Arthur's body is taken off to Avalon. But the thing is, that's not just something he did just for the drama. Giving swords into lakes and other precious things has been done for thousands of years, and that just might mean that there is a word of truth to the legend of King Arthur. Archaeologists have found valuable, beautiful, and incredibly old swords in both lakes and rivers. The Thames and the Wittam have given up some incredibly valuable finds. We also have Saga's sword, which was found in 2018, which is 1,500-year-old pre-Viking sword found in Sweden in Lake, I'm not going to say this right, Lake Vodstein. There have also been numerous other finds in Sweden. It seems very much that, you know, the Vikings love throwing their swords in there. But one of the lakes with the most finds is Lake Lednica. Again, not the best pronunciation, a lake in Poland. And that is still giving up ancient swords today. So let's have a look at why was it. It couldn't possibly be an accident. A sword was something that was very valuable. It was cost an awful lot of money to have made for you. It was personally created for you so that the weight was right against the length. And it was made of precious metals quite often. So these were valuable things. And let's not forget, it was also something you used to actually keep yourself alive. So useful and beautiful, just like ladies. Well, the explanation is quite simple. For thousands of years, people have believed water to be very powerful, and they have made offerings to the water. And this was no different. You could give an offering of a sword to bring somebody back, to guarantee that you would do well in a battle. But many of the swords were actually found what we call bent or killed, which means that the blades were deliberately damaged so they could never be used again. So whether this was in memory of somebody who'd been lost in battle, a little bit like returning Excalibur to the Lady of the Lake, we're not 100% sure, but yeah, swords in lakes, it's actually something that is surprisingly more common from well before the medieval period. So when we read in the legends of King Arthur about Bedivere returning the sword to the Lady of the Lake, we are not reading something that is made up. We are learning about a verified custom of the people of ancient Britain, but far, far beyond, as I've said, in Sweden and in Poland and in many other places. And it wasn't from 5th century, it's pre-Viking, if we remember about Saga's sword being found. So what do you think? The fact that swords are found in lakes, do you think that adds to the fact that the King Arthur's legend could actually be real, and that there may well have been a Camelot and an Arthur and a round table full of knights? Let me know in the comments box below. If you are absolutely mad about histories, mysteries, and legends and all those really, really cool things, please go to the pinned comment, send your email over on the link, and I will send you something fabulous and mysterious in your inbox.